And welcome back to another infamous deck tech by Dr. Diabetes. Today I have my paper deck that, I go to local card shops at Fridays and I play of Nissa. There she is. The Vastwood Seer. This card's great. It's Civic Wayfinder on a creature that just flips over into something that +1 is Coiling Oracle. -2 is making a boo-boo token. This deck is... I designed it so it was just a large ramp deck. And eventually it ramps into things like Crater Hoof or Decimator or one of the two Emrakul's, just to kind of end the game. Or it eventually can cast Avenger due to the new life total. I have to kind of sustain myself against aggressive decks like Zergo and Kithian, and I have to play things like Avenger to kind of wall that type of thing off. I mean, it's just a bunch of elves and stuff like Arbor Elf. Arbor Elf is really good, especially if you get one of the enchant lands out, because then he essentially is tapping himself for 2. Boreal Druid, Bird, Courser again to help sustain damage, and she got a booty. Look at that. Hang on 1 second. Look at that booty though. She's a 2/4. Oh yeah, that booty. Anyway, I mean, unfortunately, this deck has to run Dryad Arbor. I think it's the worst card in the deck. It's only good if you have Green Sun Zenith in your opening, Green Sun for 0, get Dryad Arbor, and then following turn, just depending on what you have. I also put in Elvish Archdruid. I was looking through my list and I realized, man, I have a lot of elves in this deck. So, I mean, why not have a Lord Effect and Priest of Titania 2.0? Elvish Mystic, Visionary, again for, just drawing another card and having another blocker, and conveniently being an elf. Eternal Witness, yep, pretty standard stuff. Farhaven, Fierce Empath, Fyndhorn Elves, yep. I can go through all this stuff, but especially Scavenging Ooze, again, guy is great against aggressive decks. The Saddest Robot, Surrak, Caller of the Hunt, is a 2-card combo with Emrakul. Conveniently, for his formidable ability, gives some big fat creature haste. Oh look, Emrakul's big and fat, right? Why not give him haste? This is a great idea, right, wizards? Eh? I mean, usually I only get them out with Tooth and Nail and Twine, but, Wall of Blossoms, so, again, great at sustaining damage, draws a card. I can't ask for much more. Other than Wall of Roots. Also a defender, helps block off stuff, and is a dork. Where to hood at? And Moose Bear. Yep, it's a Moose Bear. I think Exploration is one of the best turn 1 plays this deck can have. As long as you have its Exploration, Land, Dork, go. I mean, that's kind of the dream, but you get to play, if you draw into another land, it's land, cast Nissa, play the land from your hand, put it into play as your second land for turn. This card is insane. It's so insane. Lignify. Now, I should point out, a lot of people might not notice this at first, but it conveniently has Tribal. Now, Tribal, as you folk may not know, is another card type to help Emrakul, to make Emrakul cost less. Because he has that line of text, Promise End, cost 1 less for each card. Yeah, that. So, Tribal is one of those. So, Tribal and Enchantment, it counts as 2. Song of the Dryads, yep. Survival, yep. Sylvan Library, yep. Alright, Chord, yeah. So, and then we have things like Cavern, Crystal Vein, just to kind of ramp out faster. Homeward Path is a godsend against Treachery. That card, shit, man. Treachery is just, ugh. Mouth of Ronan, tap, sack, deals 4 damage to a critter. Nykthos has been surprisingly well. Works very good with the enchantments, all your creatures. Card's insane. Yavimaya Hollow. It's great. Regen a creature through a, you know, yeah. It actually influences a lot of people to not attack you or willing to trade. Eugene, Nissa Worldbreaker. She is very good in this deck. She untaps four of your forests. I'm on, I think it's 23 right now. I have to update. I'm pretty sure I cut Crystal Vein. Nissa Vital Force. She make her ult. Her ult should end the game. It, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. Holy shit! That's just what this deck does. Garruk Primal Hunter is also, he's been showing positive results by putting a 3/3 into play each turn. Again, making the other player think they shouldn't attack into it. It's a good play. Wild Speaker, he was actually on my recent cut list, again, before the life total, but sometimes you just need to get an overrun in just to win. Now, All Is Dust is another tribal spell, but it is the second wrath this deck has. Oh, excuse me. Ugin being the first. The rest of it's just, sorcery ramp, like Cultivate, Explosive Edge, Green Fun, Into the North, Obama's Reach, Nature's Lore, Obama's Reach 2.0, Ramping Growth, Ranger's Path. Yeah. You guys all get this. It's pretty standard stuff. Now let's do a game. Let's see how it turns out. Shall we?